So I can pick one pole. That's all I need is one pole. Now I showed you multiple poles earlier in the video. I wired a light bulb and I wired also a fan motor. Matter of fact, let me look at something for a second here. Let's count images. How many images do I have? Okay, so I use that as one image. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's an image. I think we can do 8 images total. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can't do a light bulb here to make this a little bit interesting. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so now we have a light bulb. I went ahead and wired the neutral block to it. And now we're gonna pretty much do what we did on the motor. So let's see here. We wanna take L2 now, and I can come down to this middle pole, doesn't matter which one. I'm gonna come out of the middle pole on the other side. We're gonna land it up on the common side of the motor. And that's pretty much all that has to happen to L2. We can also run L2 again. We can land it right here. And then it's open out of the top pole. We can come out and we can run it over to the light bulb. And the moment we bridge a connection over to here, this load will come on. And so we have right now L2 present here, L2 present here, and that's it. Now, even though everything else is wired up, I have L2 present here too, by the way. Everything else is wired up to have L2 energize it, but L2 is not present, not until L2 becomes present. Where L2 is present is where we will measure L2. We'll measure L2 here, 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 and here. We won't measure it here, here, and here yet. And so we're going to go ahead and wire up L1. We're going to come out. We're going to come over, land it on the transformer. We'll go ahead and label that while we're at it. We have L1. We're going to come down and we're going to run power to our run winding. We're going to go ahead and label that L1. And we're going to come around and land power on our run capacitor. We're going to go ahead and label that L1. And then out of our run capacitor, we're going to come out and we're going to land power on the start winding, and we'll go ahead and label that L1. Now, even now we can't label this L2. And the reason why is because at this present time, this is L1, which means we're going to backfeed power to here, which means this is L1. Now, here's what's interesting. What I was trying to show you at the light bulb, what color should I use? I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to go ahead and use purple because there's nowhere else on here. Oops. Believe it or not, that's neutral right now. Because of the path of neutral through the bulb, okay, back to here is neutral. So we have L2 in neutral, L2 and L1. And let me go ahead and label this one. This is L1 here. And so that's presently right now, at this present time, this is what this, because of path of electricity, this is what power we will read at this present time because our relay is reading open. So now we're going to go ahead and run power to our transformer, or off of our transformer, excuse me. We're going to say we have 24 volts coming over to our terminal block, Out of our terminal block, we come over and we feed 24 volts to our base plate of our thermostat. Through the thermostat face plate, it sends power through the base plate, and then we'll get common back to the transformer, and there's our loop energizing our thermostat, and then we'll start toggling all of our other terminals. For example, we'll have 24 volts on O when we get a contact for cool. We'll have 24 volts on Y when we get a contact for heat, and between contact for Y on a heat pump with O will be in cool mode. If it's a straight cool air conditioner, then Y will not be contact voltage for heat. It's contact voltage only for cool. But as you see here, I have an O here. As we get into other videos and we start talking about multiple speeds on our motor, like variable speeds and whatnot, these other 24 volts on this terminal block, they are going to come to light where they're very important, because we're going to have to ramp up or ramp down the motor based on what call we're getting from the stack. In this case, it's very standard. So the only call we're concerned about is a G call to be wired to that blower relay. We're calling it a blower relay because the relay is used for the blower. So we're going to go ahead and change the colors up. And we're going to say the thermostat will provide a G call for the fan to come on, no matter what other contact voltage is sending out for cooling or for AC, for heat, whatever. I know I don't have a heat strip or a W terminal. It's irrelevant. Our focus is really just this relay. We don't even need to put the light bulb in here, but we're just trying to have fun with this. It might be too much for you. Maybe it's not enough for you. We want to keep our viewers engaged with learning. So we're going to go ahead and run 24 volts now. I'm going to come around the right hand side of this relay. We're going to put 24 volts right there, and we're going to now provide common back to the transformer. There we go. And yeah, it looks pretty messy, just like it does inside your air handler. So now we have a loop, and at this present time, we have 24 volts there. So what's going to change? Well, this path now stops. Let's look and see what else stops. No longer is there going to be neutral present the moment that relay closes, and no longer is this going to be L1. So what we're going to see once this relay, once we heat up and the thermal disk makes across these two poles, we'll see L2 present here, L2 present here, and we'll see L2 present here. And now that our motor has 240, this motor will run. And now that our light bulb has 120 volts, one leg of power over here with a path back on neutral, the light will come on. And as we remove 24 volts and the relay cools down, these will drop out independently. And that's pretty much what we showed you with the blower motor demonstration with these two loads. That's really all there is to talk about here. Rewind it as many times as possible. Share this with others. Share it with your whole service team. Hopefully you got something out of this. Practical use, unpractical use, just understanding path of electricity, understanding the relay itself. Feeling confident, feeling more confident about the other relays that are on the truck that need to be there, other relays that are in the parts room. One relay that you may be looking for, maybe you can't find that exact relay, but you understand other relays, so those other relays could help you just as well. Any relay that's normally open can be used for a blower motor, because the ampacity is not that high. You can't use it for a compressor now, but you can definitely use it for a blower motor. Like these videos, that helps support our algorithm, and obviously we want you to subscribe. Please subscribe, because that supports your channel the most, and we love our subscribers. Leave a comment in the box. We'll read that. We'll see how we can contribute any of those to our next videos if we feel that's applicable. Thanks. Stay safe and stay tuned. Okay, technicians, just want to give everybody a quick review. Now that we're in the heating season, we want to make sure that we don't forget our sequence of operations for defrost. Defrost control boards are going to do three things. We're going to control the reversing valve, we're going to control the heat strips inside, and we're going to control the outdoor fan motor. There's two types of defrost. We have a forced defrost and we have a timed defrost. This is everything in a nutshell. And just to quickly go over this particular board, when we go into a time defrost, there's a timer selector pin for 30, 60, or 90 minutes. When the Y call is activated and we have reached the set time, a